John Stamos, as I'm back to host America's biggest birthday party, a Capital Fourth.
With the Beach Boys, Jimmy Buffett and the Broadway cast of Escape to Margaritaville, Lauren Elena, Pentatonics, Renee Fleming, The Temptations, a Capital Fourth.
Wednesday night at 7 on Arizona PBS. Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
AARP in Phoenix thinks today should be your day. So get active and help keep Phoenix in motion, or get involved in improving your community. Take on today and every day. Learn how at aarp.org/Phoenix.
Greg Lawson Images of the Earthly Experience have been renewing and transforming interior spaces for 50 years. Artwork designed to energize your visual space can be viewed at Greg Lawson Galleries in Sedona or online at greglawson.com.
From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
From tiny towns to big cities, people demonstrate against the Trump administration, many calling for families to be reunited and for Congress to figure out immigration reform.
A new era begins for Grand Canyon University, why the school is returning to nonprofit status.
How to spot a fake? As we head into election season, how are petition signatures really verified?
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Amanda Mason.
And I'm Emily Wirtz. Thank you for joining us. This year, we've seen massive rallies from women's rights to gun control. The most recent outrage is over immigration. Tens of thousands of people marched this past weekend in cities across the country. We begin our team coverage with Pat Pabletti in Washington, D.C.
An estimated 30,000 people gathered mere yards away from the White House on Saturday in protest of President Donald Trump's zero-tolerance immigration policy, which has seen some young migrant children separated from their parents at the border. It was one of 750 similar Families Belong Together marches that took place from coast to coast. But the event in Washington drew a diverse crowd hailing from all across the country, including Phoenix resident Linda Marcus, who is attending her first ever protest.
Just seeing hopefully people with one driving thought about making families an important goal, whether you're conservative or you're liberal, keeping families together is important.
The rally kicked off at Lafayette Park. Celebrities such as Lin-Manuel Miranda, Alicia Keys, and America Ferrero joined activists and even children on the stage, taking turns addressing the crowd.
To all the children in the detention centers, do not think of America as a cruel place where people hate you and put you in jail. There are people, good people, who are going to help you find your families again.
The protesters then took to the streets, marching nearly 2 miles in sweltering summer heat from the White House to the Capitol to call on our nation's lawmakers to pass meaningful immigration reform. Several members of Congress joined the march, including Representative Pramila Jayapal of Washington.
Well, we have hundreds of thousands of people out in the streets across the country, every one of the 50 states, to say to Trump, end this zero tolerance, zero humanity policy, get these kids out of cages, reunite them with their parents, and let asylum seekers seek asylum.
This weekend's nationwide rallies are the latest in a series of protests against the White House's immigration policies, including one here last week in which Jayapal was among 600 protesters who were arrested in a Senate office building. In Washington, Pat Pabletti, Cronkite News.
Thousands of people rallied outside the state capitol to protest President Trump's immigration policies. We continue with our team coverage with reporter Kevin Fleischman, who was there for the rally and talked with participants.
Amanda, hundreds of people gathered at the state capitol early on Saturday. I also saw 2 different groups of counter-protests as well, but many were there to support keeping families together.
I'm here today to voice my dissatisfaction with the policies of our government, of our president.
Many people at the rally agreed with Barbara Valencia and were there to call for families to be kept together. President Trump has ordered an end to family separations, but hundreds of people continue to protest against his desire for tougher immigration laws and border security.
The president is very insensitive, very inhumane.
We also met a mother who brought her 2 young children to the rally. She said she was there to support children who are being separated from their parents.
I have children, and I know their greatest fear is to be separated from their parents. And those fears are coming true for these children, and I am going to fight for them.
U.S. Congressman Ruben Gallego was a key speaker at the rally and said he hopes for some type of immigration reform can be passed so that we do not have to have protests like these.
Well, obviously, at the end of the extreme of this, we'd love to see comprehensive immigration reform so we don't actually have to have these extreme methods.
Now, the ACLU has filed a lawsuit to get these families reunited quickly, but that may not get decided until Wednesday at the earliest. In the broadcast center, Kevin Fleischman, Cronkite News.
Many demonstrators says they want members of Congress to talk about immigration during the July 4th recess. There is no current legislation in the Senate or House. President Trump says he's had a half-an-hour phone call with the newly elected leader of Mexico, saying the two discussed border security.
I think he's going to try and help us with border. We have unbelievably bad border laws, immigration laws, the weakest in the world, laughed at by everybody in the world. And Mexico has very strong immigration laws, so they can help us until we straighten out our immigration laws, which have been bad for many, many years, decades, and we're going to have them taken care of.
Mexico's President-elect Andrés Manuel López Obrador says he hopes to reach an understanding on President Trump's proposed border wall. You may have recently signed a petition for a political candidate or an initiative, but there have been some recent large numbers of forged signatures popping up on petitions.
Reporter Jordan Daphnis met with a Maricopa County recorder to find out if you need to be concerned.
Mark Sims was a potential candidate for Arizona Senate. In court last week, they found that more than 900 of the signatures on his petitions were forged, signatures of people who were out of town, and even some deceased. This odd incident made me want to find out more about petition signatures.
The volunteers are not motivated by earning any money for it. They're just out there on their own time doing it, what they believe in.
Janet Valder is a volunteer collecting signatures for the Invest in Ed movement and the Dirty Money campaign. She says getting people to sign petitions is not easy.
When you get a page of signatures, that's really gold to you. To us, because we know what it took to get that page of signatures, so those 15 names.
Candidates who don't have volunteers but want a ballot spot may have to hire people to gather petition signatures. The Clean Elections Commission worries that hiring people may lead to fraudulent petitions, and that will ruin voter confidence.
When you're doubtful about things, then you're probably not going to vote, because you think, what's the use?
So how does the Maricopa County Elections Department verify signatures?
What we look for is a variety of characteristics within the signature itself. Anything from the slope of the signature to different kinds of loops, stray marks, extra marks, pen lifts. I mean, there's a whole host of different things that we look for that will help us decide whether or not the signature is a valid signature.
The Elections Department compares the signature you put on your voter registration to the signature you put on the petition.
Doing it the right way is really what civic engagement in the American political experience is about. You go to your PCs, you go to your neighbors, you go to your friends, and you get them to help you become a candidate. You get them to help you, and that's what builds a solid campaign.
For campaigns like Red for Ed and Dirty Money, there's a very particular set of rules. The person signing must be a registered voter. The information must be written inside the lines on one line, and it can't approach the next signature. If these standards are not met, the signature is invalid. Jordan Daphnis, Cronkite News.
Grand Canyon University announced it's returning to nonprofit status. Reporter Andrew Christensen was at today's announcement and explains what this means for the school.
The university announced this morning it will be returning to holding a nonprofit status. The deal was closed on July 1st and is described by University President Brian Mueller as a deal that will continue to expand and serve its community. Applause by students and faculty members at Grand Canyon University after hearing their school will return to a nonprofit status. The meeting began with University President Brian Mueller making remarks about the future of the school.
The platform that we have in all aspects of that is very, very significant in its reliability, its scalability, and its overall comprehensiveness.
Mueller states that even though the university was for profit, they were already running like a nonprofit.
You know, we had a big decision to make 7 or 8 years ago when we knew we had a successful financial model that would allow us to invest a lot with residence halls and classrooms and laboratories.
All GCU workers transferred their employment from Grand Canyon Education to GCU. The deal also allows GCU to continue to keep tuition costs the same, which it has done for 10 years.
Looks like you're doing this for the benefit of students. I said that's true, and the long-term legacy of the institution.
Mueller then stepped away from the podium to allow students to speak on behalf of the school.
Our student body, in and of itself, the core of who we are, is not changing. Our student body is passionate about academic excellence. That's something that can be shown in all around areas.
Carpenter believes the return to a nonprofit status will only better the image of the university.
Transition to a not-for-profit, the biggest thing you're going to see is we have more access to grants, we have more access to money to be able to go into research projects, to be able to impact the community even further.
The university held a nonprofit status from 1949 to 2004. This transaction will allow GCU to participate in NCAA governance at the Division I level. The new nonprofit status also means a lower property tax bill for GCU. It's estimated the school will pay about $7 million less. In the broadcast center, Andrew Christensen, Cronkite News.
Some fireworks shows have been canceled due to serious drought conditions.
But one town is finding a solution to fire danger. Who needs fireworks when you have drones to light up the sky?
And King James is headed to Southern California. See how Laker fans are taking to the streets to welcome LeBron to his new kingdom.
As journalists at Cronkite News, we report on stories that matter to you by focusing on the local impact. We dig deeper and work tirelessly to keep you informed.
Live in Wickerburg.
Live in Los Angeles.
In Cleveland.
In Washington.
In Louisville.
From Jerusalem.
Live in Philadelphia. From around the world to right here in Phoenix.
At Cronkite News, we report the facts and stick to the truth.
I'm Judy Woodruff, anchor and managing editor of the PBS NewsHour. The journalists of tomorrow face a fast-changing media landscape, but quality news remains vitally important to our communities, our country, and our world. At ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, students learn solid, reliable reporting, holding the powerful accountable, and rebuilding the public's trust. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
Hello from the children of planet Earth.
Exploring, it's the lifeblood of the mission.
Human beings are a curious bunch.
What are we going to see when we get really close?
Wow.
Just because an idea is crazy, it's not necessarily wrong.
We were on our way.
You don't get anywhere until you've tested the limits.
That carries an intensity you can't imagine.
You could hear people just, whoa.
Oh my God, absolutely spectacular.
It's a rush.
We ask a lot of our heroes.
We are at a remarkable moment.
We're going farther than any exploration ever has.
With fireworks currently banned in several northern Arizona cities, the town of Carefree is commemorating Independence Day with a drone show.
By using this fairly new technology, Carefree is giving their residents a way to celebrate despite the fire hazards and drought conditions. Reporter Nicole Hernandez spoke with the Valley Resort, which is hosting the new show.
The synchronized drones will take flight 2 times in Carefree this Wednesday, and the event will be open to the public. Helping put on a fire-safe celebration was important for Savannah Carefree.
Matter of fact, we house a lot of the men and women who go out and fight those fires. And what we felt is we wanted to continue the tradition and the celebration of the 4th of July, but use technology.
The 2 light shows will consist of 30 LED-lit drones flown by the Detroit-based company Firefly Drone Shows. Firefly is one of the first companies to have its show approved by the FAA.
And so we contacted them, and they're actually driving as we speak to Arizona to set up these drones for the 4th of July.
The drones will fly 300 feet in the air and will be visible from about 2,000 feet away, but the show is expensive.
It costs more to be innovative, it costs more to be safe, but a fireworks show, which was the considered and rejected execution, would be unacceptable to us.
While safety is the #1 priority, tradition played a big role in getting this new show approved. The light show will take flight at 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday. In downtown Phoenix, Nicole Hernandez, Cronkite News.
Technology is helping the Arizona Department of Transportation clear freeway crashes. The results from a 3-year pilot project to reduce traffic congestion appears to be working. The project puts DPS troopers inside an ADOT Traffic Operations Center. This allows troopers to monitor traffic accidents through hundreds of cameras and lead to faster response times. A study finds that on average response time to a crash is down to 3 minutes. As for the freeway clearance time, that's due to 86 minutes. That's down to 86 minutes to now 13 minutes. That's primarily due to DPS knowing immediately what type of medical needs they need on the scene, as well as how many tow trucks. Ahead on Cronkite News, an easy and exciting way to get kids to exercise.
It's something that will have them bouncing off the walls. Up next, a fresh and fun workout for children that could help keep them active and reach their goals.
And we've reached the highest at 106 degrees. It's sunny outside. We'll have your 7-day forecast coming up soon.
I'm Matt Berry, ESPN Sports Center anchor and graduate of ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. With its bachelor's and master's degrees in sports journalism, the Cronkite School is preparing the next generation of sports journalists to tell stories that matter, stories that excite, inspire, and inform. Cronkite immerses students in covering sports at all levels in one of the country's top sports markets. It's this hands-on experience under the guidance of award-winning sports media veterans that shape the top journalists of tomorrow.
If you're looking for one show that tells you what happened that day in the world of business, it's NBR.
We saw a classic shipwreck.
Nordstrom's opening stores.
Triple-digit gains.
Crude climbs.
We're there to help our audience find new investment ideas.
The market still has room to go up.
Nightly Business Report is the longest-running business television program in history.
Weeknights at 10:30 on Arizona PBS.
Millions of people die every year from drinking dirty water. I would never have felt I had the ability to do something without ASU pushing me. We built filtration systems out of local materials with the people. To see those kids drink clean water for the first time, it's the most rewarding feeling that you can ever have. I went to ASU because I wanted to change the world. The thing I never would have expected is how the world would have changed me.
There are fun classes available every day to get your kids active and out of the house this summer. Reporter Nia Rowan found a class that kids will love.
I am here at the Tempest Free Running Academy, where kids have the opportunity to run free.
I love the idea that we're sort of fostering a new generation of very, self-sufficient kids who can be confident from a young age and use that later on in life.
The Tempest Free Running Academy is a space that allows people to practice the sport of free running. Free running is a form of parkour that creates interactions with obstacles by jumping, flipping, or breakdancing. Manager Brian Orozco says the gym started because he was looking for a place to train without getting in trouble or getting hurt. Now it has evolved into a gym that is accessible to everyone of all ages.
I think now, in our current era, where parents and kids are looking for more accessible sports, having a space like this that just looks fun, but also has sort of the structure and the thoughtfulness in the classes and the techniques to help support it.
One of the head coaches, Jason Lockhart, says he started out as a student in the gym until he was asked to join the team.
As many kids as I can to come in here and they're really driven to reach their goals, I help them as much as possible.
Lockhart says that some students have been on the verge of crying after achieving a stunt that they've been working toward.
Don't give up. That's super stereotypical and cheesy, but literally, don't give up. I've seen a lot of kids come in here and they get really close to a move, like a few tweaks away, and they give up because they think it's some unattainable goal.
I like how the teachers are nice and they teach me other stuff about breakdancing and parkour and my flips and all of that stuff. And that's why I basically come here.
In Hawthorne, California, I'm Nia Rowan for Cronkite News.
There are free running gyms in Arizona as well that provide a space for students to set and achieve their goals. As the 4th of July holiday approaches, so does the heat. Amanda, what's our weather forecast looking like for the week?
Well, it's going to be hot, and actually within the last minute, it has raised to 107 degrees. It's sunny outside. Now, but let's take a look at tonight's weather. We have right here at 7 p.m. it's about 103 degrees, and it's going to get a little cooler. So for those of you getting up to work at 7 a.m., it's going to be around 87, but that's not going to last very long. Who else is feeling the heat? Up there in New York and also over here in Utah, it's getting pretty hot and they're experiencing what we experience every day. Now the 7-day forecast here looks like 4th of July is going to be pretty nice at 108 degrees, but the following day on Thursday, 114. You can just see it's going to be hotter. At least we get a nice sort of somewhat not close to 114 degrees on Wednesday, but it's still going to be warm. So make sure you stay hydrated, especially when you go outside, but also pay attention that it's just going to continue to get hotter. So make sure that you wear tons of sunscreen and that you are safe for all outdoor activities. In the Weather Center, Amanda Mason, Cronkite Weather.
The biggest name in basketball is packing his bags for a new kingdom. Coming up next, we go live to Los Angeles as LeBron James gets ready to play in the Western Conference.
I like working for Cronkite News because it gives us the opportunity to find a different angle on the same stories that every other news outlet is covering across Arizona. As students, we have the opportunity to cover issues in all across the state of Arizona.
It gives me a good chance to sharpen my skills, improve my skills, learn the techniques in a newsroom and in the programs and teamwork and technology, getting me prepared for the real world. And at the same time, I think we do a great job, make some great stories, do great journalism for the city of Phoenix and state of Arizona.
I'm Ted Simons, host and managing editor of Arizona Horizon. Join us each weekday at 5:30 and 10 as we bring you the top newsmakers who impact the state. We cover the stories in depth that shape and affect our local communities, and we take the time to ensure that all voices are equally heard. For more than 30 years, Arizona Horizon has been your voice and your source for what matters most, right here on Arizona PBS.
By the year 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish. Before Professor Halden, I had an insane amount of passion, but I almost felt helpless because I didn't know how to use it. Professor Halden gave me a chance to make a difference. Being at a place like ASU allows you to take these big leaps. Ultimately, the biggest problems in the world cannot be solved alone.
LeBron James is leaving the heartland for Hollywood. One of the biggest names in sports has decided to play for the Lakers. Cassidy Pickrell is live in Los Angeles with reaction to arguably the biggest sports story of the day.
LeBron James's decision to move to the Los Angeles Lakers is all anyone wants to talk about. But this move to LA means much more to the staff and kids at the LeBron James Family Foundation Boys and Girls Club in Santa Monica, California.
It would be an understatement to say the kids at LeBron James's Boys and Girls Club are excited.
LeBron's coming to LA! We all hope that LeBron has a great season, and we're all out here for LeBron's behalf.
This Boys and Girls Club, one of 6 sponsored by LeBron, is by far the closest to his new home. In fact, he lives only 3 miles away in neighboring Brentwood. James's Family Foundation has helped thousands of kids have a home away from home throughout the years.
I grew up here, and I have a special connection to this place. That's why I came back and decided I wanted to work here.
The club gives kids more opportunities than they might have at home and helps inspire kids to do what they love.
He's kind of like all of our heroes. He's kind of like everyone's hero because, well, he does so great, and I kind of look up to him sometimes.
Interest in James is at a fever pitch, to say the least. After the deal was announced last night, one person paid close to $189,000 for 4 season tickets, which do not include the playoffs. Clearly, the fans and those at the Boys and Girls Club have high expectations.
LeBron James is a very smart player, and he knows a lot about the mental aspect of it. So I think he's going to help to really groom his young guys to be able to play at a higher level and take that next step.
Welcome indeed. James's move here is considered the most significant in LA sports history, which has included relocations from, among others, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, and Wayne Gretzky. From Santa Monica, Cassidy Pickrell, Cronkite News.
An Arizona woman says her puppy saved her from a rattlesnake. The woman was hiking with her dog in Anthem. She nearly stepped on a rattlesnake when the snake went to strike, and the dog jumped into action by jumping right in front of her leg. Instead of biting her, the snake bit the dog in the face. The dog is expected to fully recover.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, a new report shows that Arizona is one of the worst places in the country to raise children. And a new South Phoenix facility aims to help the elderly, the disabled, and the homeless.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next NewsHour, Behind Rebel Lines, our series behind the front lines of the fighting in Yemen. That's Monday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thank you for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
The Persian Room. Travel to another world, to a land of exotic aromas and period decor for a fine dining experience. The Persian Room in North Scottsdale on Scottsdale Road, 1 light north of Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. Gourmet exotic cuisine at its best.